Folks, welcome back to So Bad It's Good. Today is a good day. Now, this is why you don't ask favors of people because a couple weeks ago, I was guest hosting a little podcast that we all know and love called Two Judgey Girls because Summer Mary just delivered a beautiful baby and she was on leave. And so Courtney had a bunch of fill-in guests, and I was lucky enough to be one of those guests. And then I called in that favor. And now she is here today, the one, the only, from Two Judgey Girls, Courtney, Frain. Courtney, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. First off, you were our first guest co-host, which was a big deal, and we got such fantastic. Like, people love you.
Oh, that actually that is really nice. And I told you
Take the compliment, Ryan.
I know it hurt, like I'm hurting all over my body. I'm like, no, must self-deprecate.
Our own worst enemies.
Truly, I was saying yesterday, there's no way I would ever want or get bigger at this point because I just couldn't handle it because, we've talked about this in terms of Bravo celebrities is that even is anybody universally loved anymore?
It's tough. Maybe, I would say Tom Hanks, but not this week.
No, God, Tom Hanks. I was even talking in the Bravo sphere, but yeah, Tom Hanks just got rejected from like a military award. And I got to tell you, like, if there's not somebody that's done more for the military, if you've looked at his history of what he produces and what he's been in, it's always celebrating the American military. And it's too much now. It's too much.
He's too woke. But no, in the Bravo-verse, that's a great question. I'd say the only universally loved would be Archie Bador.
Oh my, you know what? You're right. I love that dog. So like one of my goals is to meet Art. Like I've met Shannon, but like if I met Archie, I don't know what I would do. Can you even ask an autograph from a dog?
Don't you think that BravoCon should have like a pet panel or just like a pet like walkway? Like let's take it old school Roni when Carol's dog got married or Tinsley's one of them had like a fashion show. Like I think we should just have a pets of Bravo, but just like quickly so we don't like scare them or anything. But
or this is a darker thought. If they had that Bravo museum, we could have like pets like ashes potentially.
Like a taxidermy section.
Yeah,
like Jiggy leading the section.
Jiggy.
You went there. I'm yes-anding this.
No, listen, did you ever sense, and I said this before, that Jiggy was like Ken's life force, and as soon as Jiggy went away, Ken is just like, I can't believe I'm still on this show. I can't believe it, I thought Jiggy was keeping Ken alive for a certain amount of time because he would carry around Jiggy like a puppet.
Yeah, like his life support, not even emotional support. It was life support.
So just to remind people, you guys have been doing this for longer than I have. You have like one of the best social media presences out there. But just for people that are I have said this many times. And also go follow Courtney on TikTok. She's one of my new favorite follows.
Oh my God.
But we talk about this all the time. Is like you're out there like doing it, talking. I can't seem to get a grasp or even the bravery to do TikTok in that way.
First off, you do TikTok very well. I've just gotten to the point in my life that I don't care anymore. Like I used to like millennial cringe is like a badge of honor these days. Like sometimes people are like the TikTok's too much, Courtney. I'm like, then don't watch it. Like literally scroll past it. Nobody's asking you to do anything. Like this is my life. And if I want to have fun and do something stupid and make a silly TikTok, then I'm going to. Like I just can't care anymore. And so I made like myself when I first started going back, I had a TikTok, but then I never used it. And I had posted once and it was when I went to the closing of Schwartz and Sandy's. I went there closing night.
Rest in peace.
And Tom Schwartz was there and we did a shot. And so my friend recorded the whole thing and I posted it. And then I forgot about it. I never went back. And then I told myself, okay, you're going to do TikTok now. I go on and it's got like 300,000 views and like all these comments and it's gone viral. And I was like, I wasn't on TikTok, didn't know. And so I just made myself a promise. I said, you know what? Go on TikTok every day, share something, whether it's personal, Bravo, whatever. Like just go on there because, we do podcasts. I'm including you in this, right? We do podcasts all the time where we talk and we say whatever the hell we want. And for some reason, TikTok is like this intimidating space where I'm like, I have like no followers on TikTok. I'm way more nervous to post a TikTok there than I am on a 300,000 person account on Instagram. Why do I care anymore? Like, just have fun with it.
I mean, no, I can talk 2 hours on a podcast, but when I'm like, what do I say on a video? Like, it really stumps me. Like, you would
Which is
think I
because we're on
was.
video right now. You just can take something like something funny we talk about today. You know what? Go on there and do it.
There will not be anything funny that we talk about today. This is a
We
very
are funny.
serious.
We are very funny
Wait,
people.
Courtney, no, we are journalists, by the way. We're not, we're journalists.
You know, there needs to be a new title. Like there has to be something in between because you don't want to. I'm assuming people don't want to be called content creators, maybe. But I'm like, what is the new thing where you're kind of just giving like opinionators? I don't know what a word is, but I'm like journalists. I'm like, I didn't go to school for journalism. I have a communications degree. Like I have a PR degree, but I don't have journalism. Nor am I somebody who's investigating anything because that is just, I am so lazy. I'm so lazy. So like, I don't want to know.
I wouldn't even like, that's what I'm saying. I depend on other people to investigate and then I'll report that investigation. But I always tell everybody, take everything with this gigantic grain of salt, especially when it comes to Bravo. And we don't even seem to be able to get the Bravo, not me and you, but like just the general public, we don't even seem to get the Bravo right of it all. So it's really interesting then to see it like kind of just into the world news of it. You know, anyways, that's insane.
Yeah.
Just to remind people, how did you and Mary meet? How did all of this get started? Because she lives in San Francisco. You live in Los Angeles.
Mary and I went to college together. I'm a like grade older than her. And I joke though, because she's older than I am. But so she joined my sorority when I was a sophomore and she was a freshman. And then it just kind of evolved from there. She was like the life of the party, loved her. And so, yeah, I mean, I like tell people like we've been like friends for like 20 years now. Like that's crazy.
So would you talk about like the first season of OC in the sorority?
No. So we watched OC, but we were actually more like, I feel like my house is more like the VH1 side. Like we were Rock of Love in it. We were Flavor Flav, like Flavor of Love. We were doing like Charm School.
Yes.
We had, I mean, it was VH1 like walked so Bravo could run realistically of like where they're at now.
They never get enough credit. Like VH1, like MTV even gets so much credit for reality TV, but VH1 had such a pocket between all the Rock of Love, the Flavor of Love, Celebrity Fit Club, and then the darkest
Surreal
show
Life?
of all, Surreal Life. Well, a couple of the seasons of Surreal Life, it started over on the CW, but then what they had was, what was it? Celebrity Rehab?
Ooh, Dr. Drew. Yeah.
Yeah. And we just watched that like it was normal. I watched that like it was entertainment, not realizing until decades later how tragic and dark that was. I mean, people were dying after Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah, it was there were some tough times. And then VH1, okay, sorry to go dark. I feel like we're going to be switching back and forth on going dark, but remember Megan Wants a Millionaire?
Yes.
And
that's how it all ended.
And that's how that's where VH1 fell off because of that whole scandal where if people didn't watch it, one of her like finalists was accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend. It's a crazy story.
Well, he actually did murder his ex-girlfriend after he filmed the show. And
before it aired, though.
Before it aired, but then the people that did the background searches, they had pushed off the background searches to a company in Canada, if I'm not mistaken, and they had missed that this guy had a previous charge on his record. So they were like, holy crap, we're about to lose everything. And VH1 pulled the plug on every reality show from that point on because they were still trucking along.
That.
Yeah, there's a great... I
know that about the...
Yeah, Entertainment Weekly about 10 years ago did a whole article about like the demise of VH1 reality TV, and that was it. But
I need to read that. That's like very interesting because I thought we came up on that concept of on our own.
No, it was actually something that was like people had talked about at one point. But here we are in 2025, and I know you just went through the 2025 Love Island USA war like a lot of us did.
I did.
And a lot of those people in terms of background searches, so many things came out once they were in the villa. So I don't feel like anybody truly learned anything about background searches. Or maybe they just want
I will
rape
say that
bait.
they are different crimes in a way, quote unquote crimes. Like one's like racism and one is like maybe
Murder.
like arrest charge. Yeah, and not to make light of it. But sometimes I think these shows though do know that these things have happened.
That's my conspiracy is that they almost want us angry, and that's at least us talking still about something.
Get the person one day on the show, let people discover her past, and then throw a fit, and now all of a sudden everyone's watching being like, wait, is she going to be eliminated or what's going to happen? And then they're hooked.
Now, was this your first season of Love Island that you sat through?
No.
Okay.
No, I was just away when it started. I was traveling abroad for a couple of weeks, and so we just didn't have it out there because we were like, and we were also like place to place. So I just played catch up when I got home. So I had like
Gotcha.
30 episodes to catch up on. No, I was a season 5er. Wait, season 6er. I was the PPG fans. I watched like the first ones when they were in like Hawaii for like USA. I'm a big UK girly. Like I watched all the UK ones. Like season 3 is one of my favorites. 5, then 4. 1 then 2.
Okay.
So
you were into the Molly May UK season.
Oh yeah, Amber
which,
and Greg.
by the way, you can go back and watch those seasons on Hulu, and they actually, the Molly May season especially really holds up. But today they just announced Love Island Games season 2 cast. That's going to premiere next week, you guys. Now, will you be participating in the Love Island Games this season?
I'm not super excited about the cast.
Yeah, it's a real mixed bag. So you have Chris Seeley, who was with Huda at the very end. He's coming back.
Doesn't he have basketball overseas to play? Why is he back?
Yeah, I know. Everybody was overseas basketball players. Yeah. You have Kendall from last season.
Kendall's like the worst of them all.
I know. I mean, really, and you have Ariana hosting, so that's cool.
I mean, I love Ariana.
But don't you think there needs to be a little bit more time in between the Love Island hysteria? Because we just finished the reunion a couple weeks ago.
I don't mind having it. I haven't watched games, so I've watched regular Love Island, but not the games. Is it daily? Or is it weekly?
Oh my God. You know what? I don't actually know the answer to that because I've never watched. This is season 2. I didn't watch season 1.
Yeah. So
oh my God. I hope it's not daily.
My thing is like, I feel like from the past season that I don't know that I'm happy about the people that they brought on. I think it's weird that Andrea from last season is on.
Yep. And she has a boyfriend, if I'm not mistaken.
What? Isn't this whole thing about winning and finding love?
Is it ever about finding love anymore?
No.
Is it? I mean, you're going to tell me Love Hotel was all about finding love. Come on.
What?
Like Shannon Bedore. Just above the neck. Just above the neck.
If you tell me that The Bachelor is not about finding the one, then I'm gonna throw a fit right now.
I want one of these shows just to be honest and be like, we're here to get the most Instagram followers ever of all time. Like that's what it's turned into.
Didn't Paris Hilton do like Be My Best Friend and it was like an influencer contest?
Yeah, it was like there was something like that, but it's a faint memory at this point. But social media, even since that show, is so different. I found out the information. So Love Island Games premieres Tuesday, September 16th with a 2-hour premiere. And the new episodes of the series will stream on Thursdays through Tuesdays.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We get Wednesdays off. So
That's
it's basically it's regular Love Island because we had Wednesday and Saturday off, right?
How many games could there possibly be? Are they like Connect 4? Like how intense are these games?
That's tough.
Anyways.
Also, you're premiering on the same day as Dancing with the Stars and Baby G Salt Lake City. Like that's a lot for the 16th.
Yeah, so we have Dancing with the Stars premieres next week and the 6th season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Dancing with the Stars, we were talking about the cast on Monday. Is there anybody on this are you a Dancing with the Stars girl to begin with?
I got hooked last season. I've kind of dabbled, but I got really hooked last season. I started dabbling when Ariana was cast. And then this past season, I was obsessed with all of them. We were talking about it on our pod too, but I was saying like last season between Riley and Ezra, who were 2 new pros, plus Ilona, they changed the game for social media for that show. Every pro has stepped up their social media TikTok game. All of like the contestants have stepped their game up where they really have made this a super fun and exciting time to watch all these people. Like, and they're smart. Get Alex Earl in there who has 8 million followers. Get the Mom Talk girls who have millions of followers. Like they're
Get Ilaria Baldwin. Baldwin. Come on.
How you say salsa?
Do you want to dance cha-cha?
Yeah, right. She's like, I saw this clip. It was like, I stopped dancing 16 years ago. I'm like, babe, you're first vote out. We don't.
Who will be the first? Well, then I just saw a news story that Corey Feldman is part of this cast. He has not showed up to dance rehearsals.
No, they're together now, I think. He had prior commitments, but Jenna had posted about it. I think he's back. I think they're in the studio now.
Because I was like, that's ballsy to do the press day and then just dip out and don't show. And then he just shows up and does like lukewarm Michael Jackson moves, which is always like Corey Feldman's thing.
I mean, he does it in the preview for it. I was like, I thought there was like drama between him and Michael, but I also don't know that lore. So I think I could have also made it up. Didn't they
Yeah,
hang out
no.
though at one point?
They were buds, and
Okay.
so
Okay.
then Corey Feldman, for his, he did have, a lot of people don't realize Corey Feldman has a burgeoning music career for the last 20 years, and he
Burgeoning for the
will.
last 20
It's really up and coming for the last 20 years. But there's a movie he
breakout
did with
star,
Corey
best new
Haim.
artist.
Do you remember Dream a Little Dream with him, where he did the full mic?
I think that's. I don't. I've never seen it. Like he's older than us. I
Yeah,
haven't
well,
seen,
I
like, a
mean,
lot- I don't.
yeah, he's
I don't
older,
know
but
any
Dream
of
a
his
Little
stuff.
Dream, that was one of the two Corey's movies. Anyways, he's
Oh.
going to be on there, and then the two Mom Talk, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives girls,
Mm-hmm.
Whitney and Jen Affleck. Is there
Mm-hmm.
somebody, who are you rooting for out of the gate?
See, the thing is I'm excited about Jan, and I think they're gonna get the Swiftie vote. Jen and Jan, and then
Yeah, by the way, Jan, for those of you who don't know, he
Sorry.
was the male dancer on the Eras tour. A very good looking dude.
He's like the like Oscar Isaac. I think he looks like him.
Yeah,
Like
no,
as
he
a
does. He
dancer.
looks exactly
Yeah.
like him. Yeah.
And then, but I kind of think Whitney's gonna go further. Like I think Whitney could go top 3. To be honest, top 4. Like I think she could be a finalist.
See, okay, but does Whitney have the fan votes? Because Whitney was painted as a villain for the first season of Mormon Wives. In the second season, she was really fighting to get back into Mom Talk. And I don't know why they accepted her, because they all don't seem to like her. So I'm really confused about the loyalties of Mom Talk.
Production,
Yeah, obviously
I think.
production.
But I just don't think. I don't think Jen I don't think people like Zach Affleck. I mean, look, if Ben gets his family going, if Ben Affleck decides to post about it and say, "Go vote for my 14th cousin Jen," then she could get the vote. I just think Whitney, regardless of how polarizing she
She's
is
good.
more popular, and I think she just is like. She's fun on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever. Not that Jen's not. I just think that Whitney has more of a personality.
Well, then I think that account CC Loves You had some interaction with Zach Affleck
Oh,
and
no.
said, you better be supporting her. And he's like, well, it's certainly tough, but I am so proud of her, and they look amazing. But I'm like, why do you even start with it's certainly tough? Like, what the, and she did this article where she said, this is really helping with postpartum pregnancy blues. And I just thought that's super dark, because these women have been through so much, the Mom Talk girls, but also a lot of women out there who have pregnancies, they don't have the opportunity to go on Dancing with the Stars to help their postpartum blues.
Yeah, but it's also very honest of her. Like she's basically like, I have something, like I'm taking time for myself to do something I've always wanted to do. So Jen, I think will just I think she'll be middle to top, but I don't think she's going to the finals. Like I think Dylan's going to be up there. I think he's going to go
Oh yeah,
really
Dylan
far.
Efron, yeah.
I think he's going to get the Bravo vote. So
Yeah.
I think and I feel like people are looking for what the next reality show is to like back. Like Love Island is over, and that really became like part of the zeitgeist of like pop culture. And so I think people are looking for that next show. And I kind of feel like Dancing with the Stars is going to take that. Like they're going to see a lot more viewers. They're going to see an uptick in social. They're just going to see a ton more engagement. So I just think that we're going to see a lot of Bravo fans connect over there.
But it is, I mean, I think and I hope you're right, but at the same time, the Love Island games, if that's successful, that could undercut that. And then you're also having Salt Lake City premiere on the same night, which is really hugely popular with the Bravo audience. So what do you watch live and what do you DVR? And I'm guessing people will watch Dancing with the Stars live.
Well, so I have gamed the system. I
Uh-oh.
have Direct TV Stream, which
Yep.
gives me East Coast viewing of the cable. So I can watch
Same.
Salt Lake City at 5 or 6 p.m., depending on if it shows up at 8 or 9. I can watch my Dancing with the Stars at 8 p.m. And then, like, Love Island games, sorry, it's not going to be a nightly view for me. I just already know because I'm not excited
Yeah.
about the cast. Unless people start talking, like, actually, it's really worth it. You should. Like, I mean, I'll dabble. I'll touch into it.
Unless the Love Island games, actually, the game is like the Hunger Games, like
Yeah.
they're hunting each other. Then I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen this before. They're like hunting, like Kendall died last night. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I was watching Dancing with the Stars. Are you kidding me?
I just feel like Love Island games, if they're having 5 episodes a week or 4 episodes a week, then I can do my nightly viewing for things that are 1 or 2 nights a week.
Yeah.
Because Dancing with the Stars is usually like a Monday, Tuesday, right? Or is it only Tuesdays?
For
Wednesdays?
Dancing with the Stars? I think there's sometimes they'll like double up, but I think that's only in the first week maybe. But
Okay.
Well, so then if you that busy schedule, is it like 10 to 11 p.m. at night you focus on yourself and your own life?
No, there's no focus for Courtney. It's all
Oh,
about the
it's
shows.
all
What do
about
you
the shows.
mean?
Yes,
What do
yeah.
you mean? No, that is my focus. I am like reality TV for me is white noise, and I think that there's a difference of like you'll probably agree with this is like when we watch Bravo shows or shows that we are going to be speaking about in detail and at length on our podcast, we're like dialed in and focused. So like Salt Lake City, I'll probably watch. I think I watch each episode at least twice, which is like crazy, but it's like one for me and then one for me to make sure that I know the details. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you nailed it. I'll watch it. Yeah, and sometimes I'll do a 3-timer, and then when I do my recaps, I watch it while I talk. It's
Oh
just
my,
that
I do the
nobody
same.
can.
I mute it.
I have it. Well, I have the AirPod in my ear, and I'll play it while I'm talking, and so it just is this repetitive noise in my head.
Yeah, because that's what
It's
you're
really
talking about in
scary.
detail, right? Then when you watch Dancing with the Stars, you're not being like, "Oh, well, did you notice that Robert Irwin did the Paso Doble?" It's like, he did he did a dance with Whitney and they killed it. You know, like that's what,
I love if I got really hardcore about dancing, never having danced in my life, of like, oh my
yeah.
God, Ilaria's knee was completely bent on that.
Yeah, they didn't go into 90 degrees, so take off a point for that because they really should have swept her first. It's like I don't. That one is like more fun. So I think for me, I look at more Bravo shows that we like cover at length. That's probably going to be less me, but again, I do one for me. So you just find the balance. 10 to 11.
Are we gonna
You know.
do are we gonna see fun Alec Baldwin in the audience or angry Alec Baldwin in the audience?
Oh, he's going to show up once and then never again.
Yeah,
He's,
I'm just
he,
curious, like when they cut to him, if we're gonna get angry reactions or like happy fun Alec.
I think he needs to be fun. He's a you know what? Alec Baldwin is a fantastic actor. Okay. So
Amazing actor.
if he needs to turn it on for 2 hours to support his wife in her little show, then I think he will. I mean, I can believe, but I cannot believe they did that TLC show together.
Did you watch the Baldwins?
So I watched some of it and it clearly was a PR vehicle for everything that had happened with Rust and the
Yeah,
unfortunate
obviously.
consequence that happened with that. I was so shocked though how much he let them in for his life because I was like, this is a lot. This is a
Well,
lot.
we talk a lot about aspirational and how like the Kardashians used to be aspirational at a certain point. And then
Hmm.
you think of somebody like Alec Baldwin, even if you take away the rust of it all, even at that, you're like, oh God, this guy's probably living an amazing life. And you see his apartment just with like, it's like crazy cat lady, but with kids. And they're just
Yeah.
like everywhere. And this guy is saying he has OCD and he's taking out the trash all the time. I'm like, no, you just have 8 kids. So there's a lot of trash everywhere. You have to constantly clean.
Yeah, like when they'll show the doorway and there's no joke, 75 pairs of shoes. I'm like getting claustrophobic from that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and imagine how much that penthouse that like he's so rich. Like that it's just so crazy to me. So I would also though I don't need her on the show. I think she could go.
Well,
Did you
I
see the
said it,
rumor, by the way, of
that
who?
she asked to be on it.
No,
That she
I
begged.
was about Bill Belichick's girlfriend being
No.
okay. So originally, before Lauren joined, apparently Jordan, I want to say her last name's like Huston. She was supposed to be on Dancing with the Stars and then somehow dropped out. And that's why Lauren joined like 2 days late. Like, she joined like the day before the GMA announcement or whatever. And apparently it was because it was supposed to be Bill Belichick's girlfriend. And then today she had like a clear zippered purse or whatever and had her ripped up contract in it. So like you could see it.
For real?
She is a cuckoo bananas. And as a Patriots girly, it like pains me to see where his life has gone. Like I'm like, is he in a conservatorship?
I just want him to wear looser cutoff sweatshirts because they're always so tight. And it feels like, well, she couldn't do Dancing with the Stars because isn't she helping coach the college football team he's
Well, we
coaching
don't-
right now?
UNC, yeah, we don't know why she left. It was basically discovered because somebody saw some, like episode description and it had her name in it and like they hadn't removed it yet.
Oh, wow.
And
I
that's how
love
it got
this.
discovered. And apparently, I guess like Julianne Hough was on Chicks in the Office. Like last week, it was like, yeah, there's someone who's like really polarizing on this show, and they think that's in reference to her. But I'm like, I think that could also be Ilaria Baldwin.
It
That's
could be, yeah, I
polarizing.
think it could be Ilaria, and it'll be interesting to see how they filter in and if they filter in any of the Hillary from Boston conversation at all.
I mean, It would be funny if she did like a Dropkick Murphys song and like shipping up to Boston or something. Like it would be funny if she was in on the
Ben
joke.
Affleck does come to support Jen
Yeah,
Affleck,
yeah,
and Ben's like, "We Boston people have to stay together." Yeah,
yeah.
how you like
Exactly. He's
them
like,
apples?
they're like, Ben, you're so nice. You're here for your 14th cousin. He's like, no, I'm here for my other Bostonite. You know, like the Bostonians got to stick together. Like that to me could really work. I doubt it, but I don't think she thinks like. I think she thinks she's really funny, but they just laugh at her because her husband's Alec.
She's like funny, like in how like Jenny McCarthy used to be funny on Singled Out way back in the day.
That was like funny. Jenny was funny then.
Oh, sometimes I
Like,
just thought Jenny was like loud. I was just
well,
like,
Jenny was hot and loud, but like I love Singled Out. Wow, that's like I love that show. Like when I was a
Chris
kid, I was like,
Hardwick and her.
I'm gonna be on Singled Out. So aspirational. Like,
Okay,
you guess the category, like, oh, are they gonna say like brains or beauty? And you're like, oh God, which one would I be?
those are the Love Island games I want to see played.
Yes,
Singled
and then
Out
remember
games.
they could do like a save when one of the guys walked by or one of the girls walked by. They could like give them the heart to throw them back into the competition.
So good. So Salt Lake City, like we said, is also premiering. Now, I had texted with you because we both have the screener for this, and I had told the audience yesterday I have not watched it yet because I'm scared to watch it because I need it to be good so bad that I'm just scared once I watch it that first time. Uh-oh. Your face says you might have already watched it. Did you watch it?
I have watched it. I will just say I'm glad the women are back. I have beef.
Oh no. You have beef with one of the characters or beef with production?
Both.
Okay, that's a lot.
But I will say, yeah,
it's only one episode that you saw, though.
Correct. I will just say I'm a baby gorgeous. I will find it's like everybody has that one housewife. Yeah. If Baby G is in the wrong, it doesn't matter. She's in the right. Okay, she's the one I will twist and turn and flip and flop and be so.
You turn yourself into a pretzel supporting Lisa B.
Completely. I just think, and this isn't giving anything away because I'm not going to do that, and I said this at the end of last season, I think Angie is going to have a bad season. I think she's going to think that the audience is all about Angie. She had such a good season that people were so team Angie. But when you think about it, she's actually really effing mean. She says really mean things. And I think one of these times it's going to bite her in the ass. Because she's going to turn, I think that the audience will turn on her. And if not, it will just be me then.
Well, sometimes her insults are so layered that I'm like, I want to believe that they're coming from her, but is she writing this with I don't mean writing it with production, but is she, because the insults are so layered and funny in a unique way, and sometimes she'll trip over the delivery of it. Like we see in the trailer for this season, she trips over like one of the Lisas of something about her face being pulled back or something, and she trips over a word. So I'm like, is she rehearsing reads? And which is fine. We've seen Erica Jane do that in the past as well. But is that what's happening, or is it just that her mind's working so fast that her mouth can't catch up to it?
I think I think she has some funny one-liners, but I'm also you're actually also slut shamey. Everyone thought it was really funny with the high body count hair, which it was, but it's also very slut shamey. Who gives a shit if Britney sleeps with whoever she wants to sleep with? Okay. Congrats that you've been married for 20 years. I think that's awesome. But if somebody's single and they want to sleep with whoever and they maybe don't want to put it all out there on camera, like Heather, we never see anything of Heather's life. Heather still, people love her. You don't need to be slut shaming just because Britney's an easy. She's low hanging fruit to me.
Remember, in the earlier seasons of Salt Lake, we would see Heather have or refer to one night stands. Yeah, she'd be like, "I'm leaving with this basketball player right now," at Jen Shaw's party.
Yes, I would love to see Heather date. I would love to see her show more of her life. I hope we get that this season. I would love to see her with her girls. I think she has she has 3 girls like Shannon Bedore does, and one of Shannon Bedore's best qualities is being a mom to those girls. And I feel like Heather has or does she have 4 girls? I don't know.
No, she has 3 girls, but you just gave me a good idea of they're about to do the reboot of Wife Swap with Bravo. What if we did Kid Swap? And
what about Mommy Knows Best?
But we swap out the Bedore's kids with Heather Gay's kids, and we make them have different moms.
I love that. I think that would be fun. I just feel I love Salt Lake. Salt Lake's one of my favorites. So I'm very excited to have them back on my screen. I just can see how things are going, and I'm here we go again. Here
Do
we go again.
Well, speaking of Brittany Bateman, as I call her, do we? Because I really need more Osmond storyline. I really need the Osmond of it all because I
Oh, you got
heard
a moment.
at
You got a moment. You are going
okay.
to giggle.
I
You're
heard
gonna
at the
giggle.
filming that they were together for some of the filming. I know they're not together any longer, but I loved his bracelets. I loved his love of meats and cheeses on a charcuterie board. I
He's the
thought
Dragon Slayer.
he really is. By
That's
the
what
way,
he
I
had
want
as
to.
his job title on his Bumble.
Are you shitting me?
No, they showed it. Dragon
Oh,
Slayer. Jared
dragons.
Dragon Slayer. I
By the way,
mean,
I said that if you want to break into entertainment in the year 2025, move to Utah.
really? Like everybody, I feel like I hear they're like, oh yeah. So when I was in Utah, I'm like, wait, what? Why are there so many Utah people? Technically, my family lives in Park City, so I guess that's also
Wait,
Utah.
your family lives in Park City?
They did. They moved to Scottsdale now, but my family's there for like 17 years outside of Park City. I was like, wait, guys, do you guys know the Maloney's? Like, I keep
Oh
trying to
yeah,
figure out what Katie Maloney. Do you know what their restaurant was called?
I don't actually. I could. I mean, because I'm actually friendly with Terry Maloney. She's always been really great, and she was one of the first people to reach out when my mom passed, and she was so sweet. She had sent my mom a card when she was sick. She was so nice, and she still checks up on me. But like, yeah, they had that family restaurant, and I think she's in real estate now and lives in Vegas.
Yeah, that sounds
Some of the
great.
time. But
Because I
also
think
Meredith.
Katie's grandma lives in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Again, why do I know this from watching? What is in this brain? I literally, it's both you and I.
Oh,
We have like this
if
vast knowledge of nonsense.
if heaven exists, like the conversation that's going to happen with God and me of like, I gave you this brain, and what did you stuff? You stuffed it with junk. Like it's just so sad, Ryan. Like it's just such a disappointment. You know, you could have
No,
done anything.
because
You
you
used to
turned
read
it into a
books.
career, Ryan.
Yeah,
You turned it
you
into a
started.
career.
God's
Yeah.
like, you call yourself a journalist? You know?
You're like, actually, I don't. I don't actually. I can't say what people call me, but I personally never called myself a journalist.
I know, no, I've never done that. So I have high hopes for Salt Lake City. I was a little worried about the look you just gave me, but remember, it's a long season. This is when I get turned into a sports guy. It's a long season, you guys. There's a lot of games. We have a
It's
lot of
marathon,
episodes.
not a sprint.
Exactly. So I'm going to go in with the highest of hopes, and I'm not a fair weather fan. I stick with every show to the bitter end. In terms of you and Mary, what do you cover on Two Judges Girls? Because you increased your amount of episodes, and I think you cover a lot of it like me. I think you might even cover more than I do. What do you guys cover right now? Or
No,
what
we're
are you
doing
going to
the
cover?
Housewives. I think what it was, well, while she was out, I just had time. Like we have so many friends in this space, and we never really get to talk to them because we'd be recording at like late at night, or like you would text me like, "Hey, can you like do something at 1?" I was like, literally can't. But I think
Yeah, by
like
the way,
with, like,
Courtney's one of the reasons why I don't ask a lot of people to guest because I think there's been, I don't know, rough 15 no's from Courtney over the
to
years.
be fair,
And
he asks me if I can do on a Saturday for the most part. And there was a time where I was traveling so much and I'd literally laugh because you'd message me and I'm like, I know he's going to ask me to do the pod. And I'm laughing while I'm getting on this airplane right now. Like it was making me, every time you asked, I was like, do you have my travel schedule? Because like the other weekends I'm free, you somehow pick every weekend that I'm traveling. Like,
no, I'm totally joking, but it was
no,
always
I
funny
know.
because you were the one that always had the busiest life of everybody.
But anyways, the point being is that I was like, we have so many friends we never get the chance to talk to. I would love to have like these conversations. And because our schedules were so crazy, was when we would do it, we would combine like 2 or 3 shows and we wouldn't get to go into as much detail as we wanted to because nobody wants to like, I mean, people do want to listen to like a 4-hour podcast, sure, but like we don't have 4 hours to talk. We've got like max 2. And it was just kind of like, why don't we just look at what it could be like to do one show an episode? So we've just kind of really gone more detailed into it. And like we always are also talking about ourselves, like, what did you do this weekend? Obviously, Mary,
Yeah.
like when she announced she was pregnant, it's like, what's going on? Tell us everything. Like, what do you feel? So a lot of the episodes are like our personal life, what's going on in the Bravo sphere, and then and then we just have to cover one Housewives in that show. So we just started spreading it out.
What is Mary's opinion on Emily Simpson sharing her son's
She
battle
likes
with
it.
Arfid? And because I was like, will Mary share details about her baby in terms of as the baby develops? Are we going to get really personal information like Emily Simpson is giving us this season on OC?
So Mary likes the story. I thought that the story, she finds it really, likes not the right word, I think. Like we keep saying, is like she appreciates that Emily is sharing. I like that Emily had shared that in the beginning because I was like, those are things that housewives don't really talk about. It's something that like I had just heard about Arfid maybe like 6 months ago, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really, you're bringing to light something that people don't talk about. But then she's using it as an excuse, and kind of it feels to me a little exploitative. There's a
Exploitative,
word
yeah.
in there, whatever. Again, I'm not a journalist. That to me, it's gone now. It's too much, and it's making her so angry. But Mary seems to be okay with it because I think that she just likes her bringing attention to the issues
Yeah.
and then being able to see, oh, see, look how he does call her. Look how he is acting like a baby. Me, I'm saying like this poor kid, like he's got kids that are like, I hope they don't make fun of him. Kids are really effing mean because some people's parents are really mean who watch these shows. And
Well, you're
you
damned if
know.
you do, damned if you don't on these shows because people are like, I want to see your real life. And then Emily, if we're to believe this is a true, real storyline, is sharing her real life. And people are like, I don't want to see, I didn't sign up to see some kid, which by the way, I also wanted to hear the kid talk more baby like. We heard him on a voice. I wanted more. I wanted like goo goo gaga. I
But
wanted to be like the
I don't
full
want to
thing.
exploit him though. Like I feel like I actually really enjoy kind of the way that Shane's been handling it because I think
Yes.
Shane, they're very good yin and yang together, I think. And hers is kind of like, and again, I'm not a parent, so I'm not, the person to be saying this, but it feels like she's kind of parenting out of fear. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Shane's kind of being more logical and rational. And I think that way too. So sometimes people do not want logical or rational, right? They want you to freak out with them. They want you to like worry. And it's like, well, okay, that's fine. But like, we need to solve it or we need
Yeah.
to like figure out what our new normal is, where it's like, can I just have a breakdown? And he's like, well, no, because this is like your 45th breakdown. And like, and
But
now
in
it's
no
on
way do
camera.
I think Shane and Emily's relationship is in any sort of jeopardy.
Yeah. I mean, it could. Do I think she would do anything? No, I don't think she would ever file or
I mean,
do
they're
anything.
still hosting their podcast together. They're fine. And, but you know what I want to see by the end of the season?
It's
I want to
stressful
see.
though. I will give her it's stressful. I can't imagine trying to figure out like knowing that there's something quote unquote wrong with your child and trying to figure out what it is. And that's got to feel stressful. So I'm not saying anything in regards to that. To me, it's like we heard it. We've got to keep going.
We get it. Yeah. Well, I want to, by the end of the season, I hope she hires that lie detector guy to strap up her son to the lie detector and really give him
Ryan.
a what for and find out what's real. No, it is. We have the lie detector storyline on OC, which I think in years to come, we will look back and laugh at this episode because I never took this as gospel anyway. Like I've seen that lie detector guy so much through the years. He feels
Completely.
like part of my family. So I don't really put a
You
lot of
sent him your
stock.
Christmas card.
Yeah, but do you put a lot of stock into this lie? I went into this thinking like LOL in the first place. So I love that the audience is even taking this so seriously where they're like, you failed on this and you passed on this. I'm like, I don't, come on. It was set up at Emily's house for the love of God.
I think the issue that I have, which is like, again, why these housewives don't understand is like, the lie detector itself, you guys did it so that you could set Katie up so that you could all like
Yes.
chastise her and bully her and gang up on her. And like that to me is messed up because in that moment, what is she supposed to do? She feels so small. You guys are literally embarrassing her on national TV because everybody in this room has lied. And so to do that, and then if I'm Katie and again, I don't know what the truth is here. I don't know. I know that first off, Tamra is at fault because she did Naked Wasted. And I don't want anybody to forget that none of this would be discussion without Tamra trying to get Gretchen as drunk as possible.
In season 4.
Yes. And then it's like, that happened. Then it's like, Gretchen, you did tell them that because why would Katie make that up? Why would she make that up?
It's such a specific lie. And also, the believability of Gretchen and Slade saying this is so high, and it's so like I don't even doubt it for a second. And
obsessed with Tamra.
I mean, the thing that I'm sad about though is what a fun reality show scene that would have been to film that steak dinner where Gretchen and Slade is like, let me tell you about Tamra. Let me tell, like that would have been amazing content. And I definitely believe they all shit talk each other behind each other's back. I truly
Emily, you do talk shit on Heather Dubrow.
Dude, that's Courtney. That's what I was just gonna say. Do you know how many times my mom would say something snarky just off, like even if I was in the room, not directly towards me, like you just can't help but sometimes say things around your family and your kids.
Like obviously she was talking to Shane and not telling Luke and Keller, hey, Luke and Keller, Heather Dubrow's an asshole. She's like, hey, Shane.
Luke, eat your macaroni. Also, Heather is horrible.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Shane, Heather called me fat again and made me bring my own jeans to a fashion show. It's like, shut up, Emily. Your whole thing last season was how much you hate Heather.
Yeah, wouldn't you? I would be pissed at Heather too if I felt always put down by Heather. And like it's so all of this stuff makes sense to me, but then the cover up of, and that's why Katie is almost blessed to be in this iteration of Orange County, because everybody's kind of a liar in a sense.
Everyone's lying. It's like, Heather, you did call the paparazzi, whether it was Terry, your assistant, maybe you personally didn't have the phone up to your ear. Somebody called him. We know it. Hey, Gina, yeah, you know what? You do want Heather in your circle because if she threw you a bone at any point, it would be more of a house that you've ever sold from the 10 million, aka 4 to 5 houses maybe last year in Orange County.
Have you hung around with rich people? They do help each other out. You know, they do actually refer each other to people.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't think you're friends with Heather only for that, but I think it's a nice to have in the friendship of shut up. And then it's like, yeah, Gretchen, you did say that. Yeah, Jen, you know what? And you asking, we were talking about this on ours. Jen asked on the after show to Gretchen, who's Joe? Joe makes a TikTok and says, who am I? I went to your engagement party at the finale last season and I used to work for Ryan. You know exactly who I am. So like your dumb act isn't so dumb. Like
so you guys probably already know, but if you don't, she's talking about Joe De La Rosa, who Tamra keeps bringing in every scene. She's an, icon from OG back in the day. She used to be with Slade, engaged, all of that stuff. And so she keeps getting brought up. And Jen in this last episode was like, who even is this Joe? And obviously, Joe. That's the funny thing, too. They all are in that sewing circle. If you've been a part of OC, you eventually meet the new cast just because you're trying to get on the cast at some point. And Joe even is very open about wanting to come back. She'd be very open to coming back. So it's weird when you do this kind of bullshit, like when Jen says stuff like that, you just make it a stronger opportunity for Joe to come back because she can then make the TikTok. We can pass it around. We can talk about it. And now all of a sudden we're like, Joe, that's conflict with Jen. Oh, that could be a scene next season of Joe going, you know damn well who I am.
I mean, the thing is, too, is like, if you're going to pretend not to know a former housewife, what the hell are you doing on this show? Because you didn't do your homework. You should know who every single housewife is on a show that you come. You don't need to know the semantics or details or who they fought with or whatever. But if you don't know who came before you so that you can have a spot where you're at, then you're in the wrong.
But see, that's where Katie loses me a little bit because I was reading the transcription of Nick Vile's podcast. I didn't listen with my ears, and Maritza, who I worked with, listened to it, gave me great notes, and she, one of the things says Katie was like, I was interested in going on the show, and I had watched like other Housewives iterations through the years, but I thought we would be fighting over like outfits and stuff, and I'm like, bullshit. You do not watch any of these shows and think we're fighting over sweaters. Like, that's just not happening. So Katie sometimes trips me up I do think she's a messy liar. And I think by the way, I'm saying that lovingly because like I said, a lot of the other women are liars in their own way, but it's just, there's a lot of like, I always say you can't play dumb and smart at the same time.
Bethany said that too.
Oh God! Now Bethany's gonna come for me.
I'm saying I think that's a genius. Like it's so true though. Like don't play dumb that you don't know. Like again, you don't need to know the details, but you should know. And if anything, you should at least have watched the previous season. Like you need to know who you're gonna have conflict with, right?
Like if you were going into Vanderpump Rules after Scandival and then act like you had never heard of Scandival, I would have thought you were insane.
Wait, you mean like Tom Sandoval's girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson? What's Scandival?
I never watched it. I fell in love with him as a musician and a singer. I don't know that he was on reality.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude, but do you have a hearing problem?
She might. By the way, she might have a hearing problem.
If you fall in love with the musician. Now, I was gaslit because when he had that mustache, he would hide in whatever lip flip he did. I was like, I see it. I
Oh,
see it.
oh,
And
I still get mean comments to this day about how much I loved Tom Sandoval and then truly turned on him the day all of this happened in such a brutal way. And I think part of my anger was like, A, my mom was dying, so I was angry. I had looked up to this. I looked up to this man so much, and then that happened, and
well,
I
he is
realized,
tall. He's tall.
but oh yeah, because he was. But I was just so. I was so angry at myself. I'm like, you fucking idiot! You idolized a Tom Sandoval of all people.
No,
And
I'm going to refuse to believe that you idolized him. But I know that you
oh,
were
I
friends
totally
because
did.
I remember seeing you. Literally, you and I like passed each other in Coachella, and you were with Tom and Ariana.
Yeah, that was.
And like
And that
I
was
was
the.
like, oh, you're
That
like
was
in
when.
there?
The artist formerly known Raquel was all with us too, and that was when the rumors with that like after Scandal broke that they had been, and I didn't see
That was
anything
that
like that.
one.
I saw her hanging out mainly with Logan. I mean, it was like I didn't even. That's why when this all happened, I was like, "There's no way," because I also saw so many sweet moments between Sandoval and Ariana, like outside the what's the big dance tent, the
Sahara.
Sahara. Yeah, they were like so cute. I was like, oh, there's no fucking way. This is another bullshit rumor. Anywho, I'm an idiot. That was what we can take from that.
No, stop.
So Katie, the Katie of it all, Katie is doing like a campaign. This is like a presidential campaign, and she's doing really well. I think she's nailed. Depending on her reunion performance, I think she's a lock for season 20. What do you think?
Wait, season 20 of Vanderpump. Well,
Of
Katie.
OC,
Oh, sorry.
of OC,
I'm sorry.
Katie,
I went
not Maloney.
Vanderpump, and I was like, wait, what? Okay. Yes, they're bringing her back. One, Bravo put her on that press tour because I made a TikTok about it. I was like, Katie going on the Vial Files.
Oh,
That
yes.
does not
Tell the
look
audience
good.
this.
So I posted it, and people were like, well, Tamra went on. I'm like, Tamra's not on thin ice. Tamra is, of course, coming back for season 20. Like, if they don't bring Vicky back, like, it's the iconic season 20. Of course she's coming back. Katie's the one who's on thin ice and is literally being iced out by the cast. She's the one. So if she's going on Vial Files to share her side of the story before the reunion, that makes me really nervous because that means she's not coming back. And she commented, no, Bravo set this up.
Yeah, so that means Bravo approved it. Bravo and the production companies, they will try to look out for you in certain ways if the story is not going your way. But you always have to pay attention to whoever is getting the most shit, who does interviews. And Tamra was out there doing interviews. She did Jeff Lewis. She did a bunch, obviously her podcast, and Katie. And that means they want to invest in them in some way or let them tell the story so the audience can decide. And when, this is such a basic idea that we all say, but when a group of girls gang up on one person, you make that person so much more powerful than if they just left it alone.
It's literally so stupid. So I think she's doing a good job. Obviously her and Tamra are like friends in IRL, right? And when I say friends, I mean Alliance members right now. And I think if Katie has a good reunion and comes back and like I want her just to be like, look, here's what I did, but here's what you guys did, and like just kind of come out guns blazing. Like, I'm not taking this shit. Like, Gina, you did try to imply about the Asian designers. That was bullshit. Like, you did tell me, like, Emily, you did try to pull up all this stuff about the issues that I went through with my ex-husband. That's bullshit. Like if she just, and you know what? I did record Shannon because it was also bullshit. Shannon, maybe the question should be, why am I recording you? It should be, why are you acting like that in public? Right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
call them all out and say, and just come out, because I don't care whether the conversation with Kiki, I just can't imagine that Kiki is lying so hard that something did not happen, that Gretchen was not brought up, right? Whether Kiki started the conversation or Katie started the conversation, there was confirmation of Gretchen having said that from both parties.
100%. Like, the Kiki of it is such a weird gray area. And I am curious in 2 months from now if Kiki is going to be happy that she had went on or if she's going to regret it in some way. And I was telling the audience yesterday, I said, I see that Kiki's getting a fair amount of hate right now. And I feel like kind of bad for her, but in a sense, the overwhelming majority of the audience that watches aren't as plugged in as we all are. So in the end, it's probably still good for her. Would you agree?
Sorry, Mike.
Uh-oh, I think Courtney just, her camera went off and she's
sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Courtney, do you think Kiki will end up regretting her appearance on OC, or do you think it's going to be all gravy?
No, I think she'll be happy with it, because I think in the general, any publicity is good publicity. Someone told me she was on Carlos King's podcast, and that she said she like kind of apologized to Katie. Like,
Oh, did she?
I mean, it seemed like it was maybe like an eye roll people were saying, but then was like, yeah, maybe I owe her an apology. But I don't think it was I think it was kind of like for bringing it in because she had gone to somebody thinking it was off the record, right? And it wasn't.
Yeah,
off.
she had brought it to Dave Quinn and Jacques Peterson from the Daily Mail, and then Dave allegedly was the one that brought it to Tamra, which is so weird. I know Dave. I like Dave. He wrote a great Not All Diamonds and Rosé oral telling of Bravo, and I thought that's so weird though. Because I don't want like even people like Dave to be like feeding information. I mean, I guess maybe that's how it all works with all of these people.
Well, my thought was like, is he asking Tamra because he's going to write a story on it? And so I don't know if Kiki was apologizing maybe for going to a source thinking it was off the record and obviously it blowing up more so than it did. I think in general, everybody knows who Kiki Monique is, and it's not Kiki from Miami, and it's not Monique from Potomac. They know who Kiki Monique is. So I think in general, as the rule is, any publicity is good publicity. I'll be curious of like how they spin it on her though, because I would say right now is like it leans more towards Katie than it does Kiki. Is that at least what I'm hearing?
From what I'm reading, but like I have to remind myself the vast majority of the audience isn't online commenting like some of the passionate fans.
You're right.
But I do want a moment though. Like I want Katie to acknowledge it. I'm like, I don't care about the lie detector guy. You should have invited Kiki to Emily's house and have Kiki face Katie.
Well, and I feel bad for like both of them too, because I'm like, somebody said it, whatever the conversation was, it is whatever. And like Kiki's been on our podcast. Like she's a friend of the pod. I like Kiki. I feel like it was a little messy. And that's mostly too on my end. Like if this was the same situation, like I wouldn't hang out with like,
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I regret now the Sandoval of it all. I regret certain actions, and it was like real important lessons. And just thank God I wasn't on Vanderpump Rules doing that.
But I guess my question is like, if I were to like hang out with any of them, I think because again, I don't care enough to like investigate anything. It would be very much everything is off the record. Cause let me tell you, I probably told you things about myself that I should never say out loud to anybody, you know? So like for me, I'm like, I just am not going to be like,
Courtney said she could fight Andy Cohen and win. She said this many times to me off the record.
I think I could if he was like really messed up, like on drugs or drunk or something. I probably could take him if I was sober.
So if you had gotten Andy naked, wasted, you could take him.
Oh, I was like, not naked. God, what?
Courtney, by the way, Courtney's going to BravoCon. She's like, I'm going to sleep with Andy Cohen this time.
God,
it's like in the bag.
God, no. Oh, jeez. No, but I mean, like, I think one, I don't even have a Daily Mail person or a People magazine person in my call log or in my contacts. I'm happy to take any contact anyone wants to give me, sure. But like, I just don't know these. I don't know enough people in this world for that to be like an issue for me. That I'm like, if I'm going to see one of these people, it'll just be for like a fun night out. And like, that's it. I don't want, that's me personally, but I don't fault Kiki for doing that. Her job's also a little bit different where she interviews a lot more of these people. And that line does get blurred a little bit, right? Of like, you were on my show and then we were having lunch and then we thought we were gossiping, but I don't, our definition of gossiping is a little bit different because I'm also somebody who talks like, it's all messy.
Yeah, it's messy. But basically, I just want the production to let us know what they know because they definitely know what happened. And I'm hoping by the end of the season, we get a fuller picture. And the
problem is that Gretchen did lie. Like, we all know Gretchen said it. So like, it doesn't really matter if Kiki said it, if Katie said it, whoever said it, because it was actually Slade and Gretchen. And if it wasn't technically Gretchen, it's because it was Slade, who also wasn't dating Gretchen at the time of Naked Wasted. Why is he so obsessed?
But Slade does seem like it is funny to think about the battle between Slade and the production of Real Housewives of Orange County and the way that they're presenting it. And even Matt Janella, Katie's husband, Matt's joking about Slade and having these conversations, but at the same time, I feel like Matt is at risk of being a little Slade Jr. because he seems very involved as well. And I'm also still disturbed that Katie's in his phone as my spicy Asian.
She said that she put him herself in there as that. She like tweeted it saying like, just before anybody comes at Matt, like I wrote that, like that's my nickname. So we have to give her I really like that.
And she put parental locks on Matt's phone so he couldn't change it back.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like I actually think Matt doesn't want to be in it. I think he's there because his wife wants to be and then is like what the hell? All these people are liars. Are you kidding? And now they're coming after you. Like, he seems like such a supportive husband, especially
You
from
remember Matt
everything.
last season when Tamra got wasted at their place with the martinis and he looked like
Yes.
he was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Even at Heather Dubrow's party earlier this season, he was like sitting away. He did not want to be involved. Like, I think, and I think he's a stand-up guy. Like, Katie kind of mentions too, is like, oh, with my ex, is like Matt was just like really wanting to be about the kids. I just think like Matt is very protective over Katie. And I think he's like, hey, Slade's calling me, and Katie's like, okay, what? And Katie feels like accepted by this group of Gretchen and Jen, and okay, the three of them are gonna like band together. Katie seems to me like she doesn't have a lot of friends, and she's looking for friendship. And I think she thought she had this.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
I'm
I think a lot
way
of these
too
people
much.
see. No, I think a lot of these people go in not expect. Like, I don't think Katie went in thinking this was actually a friendship group, but actually coworkers, which it kind of is. Like, I think that's some of the problem with OC is that it's not this natural friend group because I think cameras go down. I imagine Katie has a very different life than anything that we see except for the Matt and the family storyline. It's like even her crying about Jen Pedranti. I'm like, you've known her about a year and a half at this point. Like, as a
Yeah, but
40-year-old woman, you
they
have a
came in
whole group of friends.
together. No, I think they came in together. She said on the after show, she was like, we would wake up and we would call each other. Like, we were both really looking for friendship. Like, I
Trauma
think,
bond.
yeah, and maybe it's friendship within the group and not outside of it. And they were like commiserating about being like kind of the outcasts of the group in a way of like, we should stick together and like, we're going to do this. And they genuinely got along. Like, I don't know. To me, I'm just kind of like, it just, I'm
Yeah.
speechless. Like
No, it
I
is
just,
speechless. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I also want to
yeah.
remind people that Gretchen is doing good if you think of her as a foil for Tamra. But I do
Is
want
she
to
though?
remind,
Is she,
well,
Ryan?
well, in the sense, not this past week's episode, but I think she had to downshift because I don't think the roofie thing was supposed to come out potentially. So I think
Yeah.
she's downshifting, which is kind of smart, but she's there to be able to point out that Tamra's made the same moves since she was on 17 years ago, which is very true. But I will say in Tamra's defense, I got a message today because I looked into it a little bit with Slade and the child support. Is that, guys, I'm sorry if Gretchen says, how dare Tamra bring it up? He didn't pay child support. There was actually
is
a
a
legal
deadbeat.
ruling. He was a deadbeat dad. So I don't know why. Like, this is what
But
I
he
hate.
can't
Is
get a
that
job, Ryan, because of Tamra.
I know. By the way, I barely can have this job because of Tamra. And so I think she definitely affects the job market. It would be great if everybody on their unemployment just puts Tamra Judge.
Like a reason you can't work, Tamra Judge. To me it's just like, Gretchen, you literally could have, because I've said that too. Gretchen is on this show to be an adversary for Tamra, right? Like that's
Yep,
why she's been
100%.
cast on the show, right? So she's coming in hot. But to focus on this deadbeat dad thing when it's like, we all know because we learned to read. So like, we can read an article, and guess what? You're bringing it all back to the top of the search engine again. So, you thought you probably had it buried. You guys talked about it. All you had to do was come in on Naked Wasted. And if she said something about the deadbeat dad thing, you could be like, that's a long time ago. Things have changed. Leave it at that. Like, Slade is Gretchen's downfall here because she feels the need to protect him when she could be like, but the real thing is that you had Naked Wasted. You came after me. You tried to get that stuff with Jay, with like her weird ex-boyfriend, whatever, like that storyline with Jeff, like all these things that happened. Like, Gretchen, you have so much more of a case than feeling like you need to be the Slade defender here.
I'm starting to even question if Slade's dick actually is broken. If Gretchen did that or that's just a storyline. I don't want to see proof, but I do question it.
I mean, if I need to know any more details about Slade's dick, like I don't want to know. Like, Slade, you look like Ned Flanders now. You get out of here.
Howdy ho, neighbor. Yeah.
Like, you've never been interesting on this show. Like, the fact that clip is going around about him being like, as you know, I decided not to return to Housewives.
and Andy's like, you weren't dating Joe, so you wouldn't be returning. And he's like, right.
Like,
yeah.
That it's so funny to me because it's like, man, you guys really underestimated audience response because like some people wanted to see Gretchen in order to take Tamra down. Nobody requested Slade to return.
Yeah.
Nobody was excited about Slade coming back. And like then also learning too that like Vicky had said when they were in Morocco, like Slade was constantly on the phone, like kind of trying to produce from overseas. It's like, this man is a monster. Sounds like he's got a job and it's Gretchen's bitch, like Katie said.
So, okay, and then finally, what do you think of Tamra this season?
Ugh, I can't. I freaking hate Tamra. Okay, and
But you've
I
got to see, like
I
but
know,
you've got to like,
I
come on, man,
know.
like to be able to survive, and even quit the show and admit that you did it on Xanax and drinking, which that would have Shannon Bedore would have never heard the end of that.
I
And
know.
nobody's even giving Tamra a side eye. Tamra wins in every situation.
I said, you got to hand it to her. It was 3 against 1. She managed to make them implode on themselves. She managed to take away this storyline that she roofied Gretchen and make the three of them turn on each other.
Yes.
That, like, it is impressive the way that she runs circles around these dum dums sometimes. Like, it is just like, I can't stand her. I do not like her. I understand her game in a way, and it's like, respectable is not the word because I have zero respect for her, but I understand her being a necessary evil, which has been, and I will say, it's an eye opener of every time I talk to a new guest while Mary was out, and people saying, "But Tamara's a necessary evil," and I'm like, "But," and then as more people I talk to, I was like, "You guys are all right. She is." She moves the storylines. She understands how to produce. Like Mary was saying this past week with that talk with Gretchen. She was saying, like, Tamara's basically saying, like, this is not good TV. We have to move on. Like, that was the
Yep.
message to Gretchen, right? And it's
Yep.
like she does know the game, even though she's the devil reincarnated.
It's a devil reincarnated.
Like,
Okay, so do you have about 15 more minutes? Are you good?
I got all the time.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. I just don't
I
want to
got
abuse your
plenty of
time. I
time.
know.
I've marked my
Okay,
afternoon
I
out
was
for you.
so Tamra is, Tamra, I do believe one day will be into production. I believe not on OC, but I believe she will produce, just like we have the announcement today that one of our Southern Charm favorites, Mr. Craig Conover, is dipping his hand into production. He has formed his own production company. Southern Charm's Craig Conover launches production company according to Deadline Hollywood Daily. And this is big news because his production company. Did you see that? You saw this article, right?
I did. It's called like Plaid Horse or something. Is that what he named
Yeah,
it?
I'm pulling.
I Jerry is behind this 100%.
Who?
Jerry's his guy that did Sewing Down South.
Oh, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
It's called, yeah,
there's
Plaid Horse
no
Productions.
way that, first off, we don't love Craig anymore over here. Okay, he blocked us, and we're upset
Wait, what
about
was
that.
what was the post that did it?
I'm assuming it was during the breakup stuff, and he just blocked people. Like one day, I was like, I think we're blocked, and I was like, now fine, protect your peace, but also rude. Sorry, like rude. But I'm like, that's, you won our March Madness championship. Okay, you were our champ for a year, and then I knew it because usually whoever wins, we'll like ask them, and everyone has been so nice and so sweet the past few years. We'll say, hey, do you mind doing like a little kickoff speech, 10 seconds? We'll post it. This kind of kicks off the what's it called? March Madness. You guys, this
Yeah.
brain, it'll kick it off. He's like, yeah, whatever, sure. Never responds to us. And I was like,
Ooh,
oh, Craig. Now, they owe me
Craigie.
nothing, but it's also like, he just said he would. And he was just, I was bummed about it. And then he
Yeah.
blocked us.
These people aren't your friends, Courtney. I feel like
They're not, I know.
I feel
They're
like Philip
not.
Seymour Hoffman and Almost Famous. Like
Yeah.
we get too close to him. We're not
I
cool.
know. And that sounds very selfish, I feel, when I say that. But I'm like, we were always like very friendly with Craig. Like when I was in Nashville, they had just opened up that Sewing Down South store. And so I went in there I took my friends in there, like a bunch of people bought stuff. I like had told them who we were, and they're like, oh, we're going to message Craig. And then like Craig had responded like, that's so nice, whatever. It's not like I was doing him a favor. I
Well,
feel
you
like I'm
kind of
sounding
are
like
though, because
I
if
feel like I'm sounding
you have
like
like
I
300,000
deserve this.
people on Instagram, so you are doing him a favor because you're publicizing his brand.
Yeah, but like, and Sewing Down South has always been very nice to us. They've sent us like, I feel like they're very good to their fans. And so I just was like I think I was just sad about it. Like, this is where
Yeah.
our relationship has come to. And by relationship, parasocial, don't know him. Like, there's no, like, we are not friends. We were never friends. We are friendly, but not friends. I feel like need to pull myself down here because for some reason I felt like I was really talking myself up there. I don't mean it like that. Just
Well, I was thinking about that in terms of like BravoCon, and I was telling the audience, I was just like, I'm more excited to meet, the audience. I mean, like normies like me, like the Bravo celebrities, it's probably hit or miss if one hates me or not. I'd rather just hang out with all of us.
Yeah,
like,
tell me the vibes. I'm like a little. Can I be honest? I'm like
Yeah.
a little nervous about BravoCon.
You should be, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
No, I hung. That's the one time I met Mary from Two Judgey Girls. I met her.
I connected
She was there,
you
I
guys.
think, one day, and I remember getting free samples at the Wendy's pop up with Lisa Barlow, and I got to talk to John Barlow because Mary was talking to them, and I was very excited. But that's the only time I've ever talked to Mary.
Yeah, no, John. First off, we're obsessed with John Barlow. We love
John's
him
such a
so
nice guy.
much. He's just the best. We were literally like texting with him last night. Like, I was, like,
What?
cracking up.
You
Oh,
were
yeah,
texting
Mary-
with John Barlow?
Yeah, Mary, John, and I text.
It's 3 a.m. Courtney's like, "You up, John? You up?"
No, like he had worn these like Ray-Bans and he was talking these Meta sunglasses. He was talking to me about them. And so anyways, and so he texted, and so I was like, okay, I didn't want to bother you, but I do have some comments about the premiere. And he was just laughing because I was like, I don't want to bother you, whatever. And then like him and Mary talk about the baby and everything. I wasn't really pushing. I was like, Mary, I really want you to make the announcement. Like, and I feel like John could help us where like Lisa Barlow says like, hi, baby gorgeous. And then you present your gorgeous baby. And she
Oh
was
my
like,
God, that would be brilliant.
I know it didn't work out, but that's fine. Not because they couldn't do it. She just didn't.
Yeah.
She thought, that's okay. Like call in a different type of favor. Anyways, point being, the BravoCon scares me because I'm like, there's just a lot of people. And like, obviously you and I can talk for hours, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm behind a screen and like, it sounds like I'm just like a social introvert. So it sounds like it's like a very big, you have to have a lot of energy. And two, I feel like maybe some of the Bravo labs are like kind of mean because it's also a lot for them too, right? Like I don't think they really seem to, from what I've seen, like have like a ton of security around them. And it feels it's almost like they're kind of like the Beatles.
You can go right up to him, and a lot of people do. But my friend, like, it's like I see him on my shows. Like, I don't need to hang out with them. I just want to hang out with other people that listen to Bravo or listen to the podcast. Or like, that's what I found to be the most exciting and rewarding about the experience. And then like, the panels are fun and all. I mean, it's so kitschy and goofy and fun. So like, it really is fun just to walk around and see what everybody's wearing. And it's the Bravo version of Comic-Con in a lot of ways. So I really got excited.
Did you have like this jacket or something with like a bunch of faces on it, or what was your? Because I remember seeing him be like, that's brilliant.
There's a great. It's called World of Ack, I believe. Is made me a custom sweatsuit of Housewives and Vanderpump, and I believe we're collaborating again for BravoCon this year. So maybe I'm like the Carrot Top of Bravo. I'll be wearing something completely goofy and ridiculous.
I love that. That's
by the way,
fun.
Lisa Barlow. I will tell you because I think Lisa Barlow. And by the way, I could totally understand why, even though, I do say she's one of my favorites, even though I never agree with anything that she does or says, but I ride for her hard, but I think I've offended her somewhere along the way because she doesn't follow me on Instagram, and I've posted so much about her through the years. She follows up. So I think there's something, and I totally get it, but I just want to know, because also that, like, there is this, that's pretty narcissistic of me to think that she even is aware of who I am at all. But at the same time, I think she knows.
But they know who Reality Von Teese was.
Oh my God, maybe they think
I'm just saying, I think that they're aware of, there's so many Bravo accounts too. Like I'm constantly like meeting new people where they're like, oh, I run this account. I'm like, oh my God, so nice to meet you. And then I feel like there's also is like, and you'll probably agree, is like, there's the Bravo people that are on Instagram, and then there's the Bravo people that are on TikTok, right? And so like you're constantly like, that's my new thing is I'm like constantly meeting people that are like, they're like, oh yeah, I chat Bravo. I'm like, oh my God, like what's your handle? Like, oh, I'm on TikTok and I'm like, okay, I gotta follow you on TikTok.
See, I don't mess around on Instagram like I used to because I'm just like now just scrolling TikTok all the time. But I did notice on Instagram the other day I posted something and then I had these suggested follows and it was all these new Bravo accounts, and it kind of made my heart feel good where I was like, oh good, like life moves on. It's like there's always going to be accounts popping up and podcasts popping up. I love it.
Like when we like first started out, we had such a different attitude of like, okay, it's a competition. How do you get to the top? Blah, blah, blah. And then like, as like time went on, we're like, no, it's not. Like, it is such an all ships rise. There's room for
Oh,
everyone. There's
100%.
there's 100,000 podcasts that if you don't like ours, you're going to love Ryan's. If you don't love
Yeah,
Ryan's,
find
you're
the
going to
one that
love
works for you.
Like, there's
Find
so
the one that
many
works for
different
you.
ones that it's like you can find whatever it is that you're looking for. Like if you want someone who's not going to talk about their personal lives, you're probably not going to listen to Mary and I because we talk a lot about our personal lives.
Oh my God.
You know?
I'll talk about like, guys, my stomach hurts today. Like
I would love to also, because I saw that you went and I need to know how Oasis was.
Oh, it truly was. It was awesome. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I had the best time. And by the way, I wasn't even drunk. I wasn't even drinking. I mean, my body was wrecked just from standing because you went to the Rose Bowl for.
I went to Rufus du Sol a couple of weeks before, and I was like, I'll never go back to the Rose Bowl, which killed me because I obsessed with Oasis. Like I love Oasis so much.
I was so lucky, but what I was so excited about is that we managed to, my buddy like was so smart and he came and pre-parked his car at like 2:30 and they were staying like about a quarter of a mile away. So we were able, we stayed for the whole concert and then we were able to walk right to the car, leave. We were home within 15 minutes. It was insane. That just adds so much to the experience when you don't have a 2-hour trying to get out of there.
If you guys have never been to the Rose Bowl, it's literally one way in, one way out. They shut the roads down. Most people end up walking a mile or two back into Old Town Pasadena where their cars are. Like it took us almost 2 hours to get from Culver City to Pasadena, that when we went at like 4 p.m. It's just, and the staff was terrible there.
They make you, well, see, my experience was way different in terms of, I heard it was way different than Rufus du Sol. It was still insanely packed. It was still like, I couldn't get any merch. I could barely use the bathroom because of the lines. Well, kind of. But then today I went to like, I hate to admit this, I went to like I think it's like a fake Chinese website, and I might have gotten some dupe merch. That, I'm so sorry.
I went to the Beyonce concert and I bought off TikTok Shop a Beyonce shirt because you know what? Yeah. I've already spent plenty of money on this ticket too. Yes. I cannot spend $250 on a t-shirt. I want to so badly. Did you get a soccer jersey then?
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
I got it for like half. Who knows? By the way, this could be somebody this could be just somebody drawing on an actual shirt. I don't even know what's going to come up. Like, but it's nice to have like hope, you know.
You know what? You got to go, and like I will forever be jealous because I was talking to a friend. I was like, should we go? Should we go? And he was like, listen. We went to Rufus. It was terrible. We cannot go back there. I was like, but it's like Oasis. And he's like, cross your fingers they show up at Coachella next year. I'm like, oh, that's what,
see, you know what? I turned to my buddy during the show and I was like, I bet and I was like, I said this to the audience the other day. I hope Paul Tollett, who programs Coachella, makes the offer because I would love to bring rock a little bit more into Coachella because I used to go every year. And now, not that I have anything against Sabrina Carpenter or DJs or any, like I know you love EDM. I don't have anything against it, but I was going to Coachella when it was alternative music nonstop and it was rock, like nonstop. And I missed those days. And Oasis was this reminder of this music. Like, oh my God, I hope more people are inspired to make more music like this.
Oasis made Coachella famous, by the way, way back when. Like, they were one of like the first bands that played there. Don't worry. I'm begging. Here's for the Return to the Desert. You know that they're doing like Green Day was last year. I think they were actually considered a headliner, but no doubt did it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, here are my two choices. They're vastly different. Oasis for Return to the Desert, or Black Eyed Peas.
Okay. Now, guys, I've made a lot of Black Eyed Peas jokes over the years, but I will say their music is still so fun and crazy. The thing is, like, Fergie left the Black Eyed Peas at one point.
They need to reunite.
And so they do need to get back together because the other Black Eyed Peas have still kind of soldiered on barely. They had to cancel their
will.i.am. They're still going.
They had to cancel their residency in Vegas because I don't think ticket sales were good. But I completely agree with you. Black Eyed Peas at Coachella would be a blast.
Like Missy, it's the Missy Elliott slot from last year. Like they have, I'm not kidding. My friends make fun of me because every time we like go out, I'm like, can you play Got a Feeling? Could you play the Black Eyed Peas? Like I put it on the phone, like, and it says play Black Eyed Peas. Like I am a Black Eyed, like my friends are in Ibiza right now and they just sent that one of the DJs played Boom Boom Pow and they like got the drop on it and they recorded the whole thing for me because they wanted me to know, hey, the Black Eyed Peas are in. I'm sorry, Ibiza. The
Oh, is it?
Black Eyed Peas.
Is Nicole Travolta there?
She is. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Nicole's in Ibiza. Oh my God, ridiculous! But Nicole was just on this show a couple weeks ago,
Why
and she's
did
one
you
of your.
tell me you were going on Ryan's show? Like, I see it
Yeah.
because you posted about it. Like, what the hell? You guys are just inspiring to hang out without me?
I like Black Eyed Peas so much that I have the original CD when Let's Get It Started was its initial name, Let's Get the Hard R Word. And that was like actually a song. And then they changed it afterwards, which is that shows the difference in times.
I mean, I really love the Black Eyed Peas. I just think that they're so fun. Everything, you could dance to every song, okay? Like, it feels like
you don't have to. Wait. You're having to explain too much. I'm in a full agreement.
Okay, you're in. Okay.
And by the way, this is the year to do it because
and
they can't do it 20 years from now. They can't. No. Black Eyed Peas cannot do this 20 years from now.
They couldn't, but holographic.
They can't do My Humps. You can't do My Humps like 20 years from now.
In a holographic form, you can do anything.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, AI. Okay. We got a couple more news. I do want to. So Craig Conover.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. This is a blast. Plaid Horse Productions. He's teamed with Media Trifecta, and this is the company that has done things like Cash Cab and some show called Ghost Hunters of the Grand River, which I've never heard about. And he is going to be producing content under this banner. And the company is gearing up to take out a slate. So this is multiple shows they're going to be pitching to a lot of different networks, a slate of ensemble-driven reality cast shows, and is also working on relationship experiments, socially driven formats, and competition series. He says in a statement, after spending over a decade in front of the camera, it feels awesome to be stepping behind the scenes and getting involved from day one, helping shape the vision, build out the programming, and connect with the right people. Being part of something from the ground up like this is really exciting. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better team to bring Plaid Horse Productions to life. P.S. Fuck you, Paige.
I'm sure that whole statement was true. Whatever, Craig. I think it's probably
I want to know though. I want to know what's in this guy's brain, and are these ideas coming directly from Craig, or is it one of those things where, like, sewing down south? Yeah, exactly.
Jerry.
That's what I want to know.
Jerry is behind this. I was trying to see if his name was anywhere in this. I know for a fact, like, it's going to be a tax break for Craig. He's doing this. I mean, the shows that you name sound like they're shows from like the Discovery Channel. Like those were where the reality shows were. That I'm just kind of like, okay, like, so you can like produce a pilot and then get a tax. Like, I just, okay.
Well, okay. Here's what if we did Naked and Afraid, but it was just Austin going Madison. But
that would have to be though. Like, the problem is, I'm like, is Bravo going to sign on for this? Is he hoping that the shows go on Bravo? Where does he want these shows to go? What are the show types? Like, what are we?
That's what I'm really curious about. Because if you say you have a slate, that's multiple ideas, and it doesn't mean Bravo is going to take these ideas. So obviously they're going to be open to all of the different channels. And will that hurt Craig's relationship with Bravo? Because there's no first look deal with Bravo. So I'm very curious about that. And does that mean this is Craig's last season on Southern Charm? Which I think no way.
No, I saw Real Moms of Bravo posted that they think this is like his swan song season, but I'm like,
oh really?
There's just no way to me that any of these people leave. Like, now maybe Craig would think because Paige left on a high that he can do the exact same thing, but I don't think that there's other. I don't mean to sound rude for this, but I don't think there's as many options for Craig as there are for Paige outside of Bravo right now. Like, Paige had Giggly Squad. Like, obviously Craig has Sewing Down South, but I don't know that the normal person knows, even if his picture is on there, that Craig Conover is Sewing Down South, as opposed to like, oh, this looks like a handsome man advertising a pillow, not realizing it's the founder. Like they have them like in, like, I've seen like people post that there's like a Sewing Down South thing in like Kroger, that you can buy like pillows, but I don't know that people know who Craig Conover is, whereas I think Paige has had a lot more opportunities to be Paige DeSorbo versus being Craig Conover.
Well, I think Paige has also done so many things that are in the zeitgeist currently, whereas Craig, you're going to see the pillow success and all that really over the next 20 years, where I think Giggly Squad eventually, because I think, not that they're ever going to grow out of Giggly Squad as like an idea and a concept, but I think right now is like the zeitgeist for Giggly Squad, where I think Craig is going to have decent, like, it would be successful by any other standards, but if you compare it to Paige, it's obviously not.
Yeah,
as
and
big.
I think so. And I guess that's what I'm saying is like Sewing Down South could be very successful. Like, it is successful. Like, it's, I think that's so awesome what he's done there. And he has a great team, obviously. Is like Anna Hayward. Why do I know that? Because he said her name like 100,000 times on the season. We know Jerry's involved. Like he's done a very good job by having a strong team behind
Around
him.
yeah.
But he doesn't, I think he uses the show for sewing down south, right? And like how do you break out from that? If he makes great reality TV shows, awesome. I would love to see executive producer Craig Conover, and it's watching like one of my new favorite reality shows. Like I'll try anything once. So like I hope it works out.
Oh my God. And then Craig hosts the reunion for his shows.
Imagine.
And he gets just as drunk as that one season when he was like shit can when he busted Madison for Alex Rodriguez.
Yes, exactly. Like I wish everybody the best of luck. I would love, like, I think these shows are great stepping stones for all these people to, like, I think a lot of them, these reality stars join a show and then realize that there's so much more for them and like use these things as stepping stones. And I think we've had a lot of success. And I think that is awesome. Like you should do everything you can while you're in the spotlight and take advantage of that to do more things to grow your empire, whatever that empire is. And like, I don't think that Craig literally hadn't even graduated law school and said he had passed the bar. And like, look at him now. I mean, he failed upward a lot. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, remember the Conover law firm?
What the hell happened with that? That's going to be a new show. I'm sure he's
and
going to be a Judge
that was
Judy.
the initial time I got blocked by Craig, I think, because I kept doing the meme of there's only one man that can represent, and that whatever case was happening, and because Craig took law office, like law firm photos, and they're my favorite photos, and I would post it like every time there was some celebrity, like there's only one man that can, there was only one man that can represent Erica Jane, and it would be Craig, and I think that was the thing, and now I'm unblocked, so it's pretty exciting.
Wow, we've switched places.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it crazy?
He said, I must have one journalist blocked at all times. Brian, you're in. Two Judgey girls, you're out. Right?
Oh my God. I mean, like even Jax now follows me, and like I'm begging for Jax to block me again, and it's still not happened.
Oh yeah, didn't you say you like don't open the thread because you're so nervous he's gonna see that you've read them?
Yeah, he stopped because he was like the last DM that I never opened, but you could see the first line said, "You watching Hunting Wives?" And I was like, oh. And I was like, that's all I need is in Jax's retirement, I just get buddy with him about TV shows. Like that's all, because I'm such
you want to idolize him since Sandoval left?
Well, but also Courtney, I'm such a people pleaser that I would then try to be like, oh, I feel bad for him. I got to go watch TV with Jack. Like I know me, I would end up doing that.
No.
Fine. Well, two last things. This was revealed
Brian,
today.
I got time. So if you got time,
I feel like
don't even worry about it. Come on, I kept you on my show for like 2 hours one day. Yeah. I wish.
Today, this is an interesting news article. Andy Cohen reveals GLP-1 weight loss journey. Did you see this?
Well, I did not see this. Fill me in.
Okay. So, Bravo host Andy Cohen shared he's been on months-long health and fitness journey, microdosing a GLP-1 weight loss drug under the supervision of his doctor. So he did on his Andy Cohen live Sirius XM show today. He said, I did lose a good chunk of weight this summer by microdosing a GLP-1 because a lot of people said, I even said, Andy looks really good. Like, I don't know what it is.
What does microdosing a GLP-1 mean?
I think he's just being like a little flip, like maybe not a
like
big
he's a maintenance moding it or something, or like, that's.
Well, he loves the Grateful Dead, so maybe it's like microdosing acid, but with GLP-1. And he said he talked to his doctor last year, and the doctor recommended the GLP-1. And it wasn't just about his weight, but he wanted to treat the plaque in his arteries and his high blood pressure. This is a medication that actually is beneficial to a lot of elements of health. And I finally said yes. I have to say it really helped me with my cravings, which I was having a very hard time with, and really forcing myself to be more disciplined with my diet and working out. So we finally got our answer that he was on an Ozempic-like substance.
Is it an ad, or is he just talking about his journey? Like, is he going the Serena Williams route?
Well, what I just read sounded like the start of an ad. So if this is soft launching an ad, I will if you all of a sudden see Andy on Wegovy ads, I would love it. But also,
Wegovy.
Oh my God, she's in the ad. He's in the ad with Ramona Singer, like whoa, and Andy goes Wegovy.
Here's my thing about a GLP-1. When the Ozempic stuff first started happening, and it was like, people with diabetes literally couldn't get their medicine because people were
Yeah.
taking it for fat loss. I was like, this sucks because it's actually affecting people who need their medication. Now they've made all these offshoots or like, you know, these semi-glutide, whatever, that are not, you know, they're off-brand. What if your doctor recommends it and you want to do it and it's going to help you, go for it. Like
Yeah.
but I think part of the thing is that people do need it that are like, hey, I can't get rid of the food noise, or like, I can't do this. But I think as long as you're also making healthy habit changes while you're using it, because eventually you're going to go off of it, you don't want to gain everything back, right? So I think if it's like using it as a stepping stone to get a healthier life, then go for it.
Oh, I have zero problem, but a lot of people were speculating over the summer. Did Andy get a facelift? And it's like, no, he just lost a little weight. I mean, he might have gotten a facelift too, but I thought that was an interesting admission. And then a quick hit
I also
today.
love his hair, the way that he's had his hair. That flow has looked really fantastic on him.
Oh yeah, no, my audience knows I'm not gay, but like he's the one man. He is the one.
Really,
man.
that is your hall pass.
That's
is Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen. Hey bud.
Wow.
Hey bud.
Is that because you're
what if my DMs to Andy were all just the same? Like, hey, talking to my lady, you're my hall pass, and it's just I say that repeatedly every month, and he's never looked at one of them.
I'm like laughing. Like, think about if you ran March Madness and you had to DM Andy, like, hey, Andy, it's that time of year again. Could you send us a photo where you feel your hottest?
Andy, I'm taking over for the ladies because they're busy. You know, Mary had a kid, so I'm doing some of the leg work. Anyways, could you send? Hey, do you have anything below the waist? Anything? We're doing a little something different with this madness. Could I see what you're working with down there? Which, by the way, he would have those immediate photos. So.
Oh my God, I'm giggling. That's crazy.
Yeah. Do you guys ever think about doing any kind of like a paid Instagram where you're able to get like junk pics from the men for March Madness?
Oh, like an OnlyFans March Madness competition?
Like an OnlyFans. Like, here's Carl Radke's penis.
I don't want to see any of them. I prefer not knowing what's down there because look, dicks aren't pretty. Like, no girl is like excited to get a dick pic. Like, we use them because we ask for them so that we have blackmail. Because when you're like, oh, give us this kind of pic, like they want a sexy pic, I'm like, you first, because that way I can do, if something happens, I can send this right back to you and say, don't you dare think about sending that to anyone, you know? I don't do that now. Like this, I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like, wait, did you just admit to blackmail? Yeah.
No. I'm saying just like, we don't want, it's kind of more like, no, like, hold on. We're not just the girls aren't being hot for you. Okay. Like I got to have something so that I can hold it against you. I'm not blackmailing. I'm not showing anyone it. Just saying like, like that. I don't get one and say, wow.
Wow. Whoa. Wow.
That bends like Slade's. Wow. Oh, you know.
It's like, oh my God.
Like, wait. It'd be great if cut this out.
Slade's dick pics are like makeup pancaked like Gretchen. It's just like layers and layers of pancake makeup.
Gretchen during the Christmas season just paints it as a candy cane. I don't know what that.
I would put Ramona Singer googly eyes on my. Anyways, okay, sorry. Oh, this is disgusting. Okay.
Sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
We have the third season of The Valley. We're now a week into filming, and Lala did an Amazon Live today where she kind of somebody asked, are you and Sheena okay? And she was like, you know what? I don't know what to say about this. Sheena's just Sheenaing right now, and I'm just letting her Sheena. And my initial thought, and I feel so bad for thinking this, because this is where my mind goes now. I'm like, this is staged, set up, staged, not true, staged, Lala, Sheena fight, staged. But it's probably true, but because in Sheena's book, she did say they did stage certain things.
Well, the problem for me is like, okay, The Valley season 3 is happening. I'm curious what Sheena's role will be in, because her putting all of that in her book has to piss production off somewhat. So it's like, yes, you're giving us this quote unquote storyline of you and Brock and this affair that happened and how you navigate life now. And wow, how easy of a storyline that could be to put on The Valley. But you also did like expose production a little bit. Like you said, we staged these things. We did this and that. I have no desire. Sheena is kind of the only one that like makes sense though to me, because she's like legitimately friends with these people. I don't care to see Lala. I don't care to watch Lala and Sheena fight, because they are side characters for the show. They are not the main part of the show for me. So that's like Gretchen and Joe fighting.
I had done a news story on Monday where I had heard from somebody that Sheena was not full time all of a sudden and
Mm.
that Lala was full time. Then I got some text messages yesterday from
You
a
are a
unnamed.
journalist.
No. But anyway, when I said this information, even the first time, I said take this all with a grain of salt. None of this could like some of this stuff never turns out to
Reveal
be
your
true.
source, Ryan.
But then I turned and said, no, this is not true. Your what you heard is not true. And so I'm like, I don't, like I was like, I
What does
don't
that mean?
care.
Because I saw that Lala did film.
Lala did film, but that would mean if I were to take that source, is that Sheena is getting more than 4 episodes. I don't
Ah.
know. Like
You don't know which part is not true. They didn't specify.
yeah, like I don't know. Like I hope everybody has fun filming the Valley. I don't want to be a part of it.
I would love to just see what like if you're gonna add them, put them in as a friend of whatever, because you need to have more people on the show. But I'm like, what does the show look like? What does the show look like without Jax and that storyline? Like, I'm sure Brittany's gonna still talk a little bit about it and what it's like to co-parent, but I'm like, let's see. Like, I think Jesse and Michelle
Is Brittany's new guy gonna be in?
I'm sure he feels desperado, to be honest.
Really?
Can I say something controversial?
Please. I wish you had done it earlier. Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I just
I'm
feel
joking.
okay. Brittany is lovely, I'm sure, and she seems like a sweet person. I find the people that might try to date her as being clout chasers in a way, because if I saw the situation happening with her and Jax, I would be like, oh, I would love for you to figure that out first before I get involved with you. If it's to not also be on a show, to not also like get some sort of fame from dating her. And so I do worry about that for her.
She does have 2 strikes against her, because if you are aware of the situation, I would not in this year would want to be dealing with the Jax Taylor.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a crazy story come out about him.
And I would not want to be on television in a relationship either. So those 2 things would be 2 strikes already against Brittany. So this guy seems fully in. We saw the, supposedly not staged paparazzi photos of them. Very Heather and Terry
also,
DeBro.
though, I wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about the Gigi Goldnessa part that did you see all that stuff about? Have you talked about that?
I talked to, because I was on Jeff Lewis today and Reza was there beforehand, and the Gigi stuff, you guys, I did a news story last week where Gigi said that Brittany looked pregnant, and then Dodie came for Gigi, rightfully so.
Right.
Because I think we all know at this point, do not comment on women's bodies unless they're mean to you. No, don't comment on women's bodies.
No,
but
also Gigi, like, you did it because you're trying to drum up interest about your show, because the Valley, what are they calling it?
The Valley Persian style.
Oh, okay. So that show's obviously coming out. She's starting to put herself back in the press circles, but she's so Gigi, like a leopard doesn't change its spots, like that she's always been an effing asshole. I'm sorry. Like, she did that because she wanted to start shit. Like, she's already had beef with Kristen, and I thought they buried it at some point. Why do I
She also had beef, she had beef with Lala, because remember back in the day, Gigi had a podcast and she had Randall on. She's a big Randall fan.
Oh, wait. No, she didn't have beef with Kristen. Lala and Kristen had beef because of Gigi.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay, I'm sorry. But, like, Gigi's just always been so rude. And, like, to me, I don't like that. Like, why are you saying... You're saying that to be an asshole. Like, if you wanted to know, you could have probably texted Kristen on the side and asked, hey, is Brittany pregnant? You put it online because you wanted a statement to be made. You wanted people to notice that, and you wanted to cause some controversy.
Well, I told Reza, I said, this is potentially good promotion for the Shaw's reboot. And I said, oh my God, is there a chance that we'll see a scene with Gigi and Dodie in the Valley this season to almost kind of tease? And I kind of threw it out there. But they've already, they already filmed the Shaw's season, but kind of threw it out there. But he's like, but I was like, oh, maybe I was producing in my head, because I was like, oh, that could be a storyline for like Dodie and Gigi,
and it could also like kick the show off in a way.
Well, because who's going to be the handoff scene between the Valley and the Valley Persian style?
Yeah,
is it going to be Sheena again?
I posted about this today. Did you see the TikTok I posted today?
No.
Okay, I was like, it's kind of wild that Sheena has been there for 2 franchise kickoffs. She obviously kicked off Vanderpump Rules, but in season 5, she also, for Stassi's birthday in the Hamptons, helped kick off Summer House. She never talks about being there for the Summer House. Now, I know it was Stassi's trip, and Stassi was friends with the Workus Circus, so like that's where it started. But Sheena was on that trip to do the transition. She does not mention that
Courtney, you know
at
what's so
all.
funny? I've completely Eternal Sunshine that from my brain. I need to go back and watch the first episode of Summer House because in my mind, it's all Stassi.
It's Stassi, and then the girls are also there, but it's mostly Stassi because that's like where the Steve Jobs bathing suit line is from. But it's like, remember, Sheena was like so into her workout, she wouldn't take the green tea shots. They did this clam bake, and her and Kristen don't eat seafood. Kristen's vegan; she just doesn't eat. She doesn't like anything with shells. She was just, and that was the competing NASCAR birthday too. So, like
Amazing.
in my mind, production was like the four main girls cast members need to go to the Hamptons and start this new franchise. That's why Ariana and Brittany, and then it's supposed to be Lala, but Lala ended up not showing up. It was like that RV NASCAR trip. Do you remember?
Yep,
Um,
100%.
and so like the B players were at the NASCAR, and then the A team went to go kick off Summer House. Like, but you
Wow.
never hear Sheena talk about that. Granted, maybe because it was the Stassi show, but it's kind of funny that she's been involved in kicking off two franchises. Like, could she just be the one? And she would have done the new class too in Vanderpump Rules. She was being that in between for season 8.
She was also the person that was the connector scene between The Office and Parks and Recreation on
That's
NBC.
right. That's
Yeah,
right. When she
she's-
worked for in Pawnee, Indiana. You're
Yeah,
so
yeah,
right.
there was the classic
That was
Sheena
her.
episode where no,
She was like, meet my best friend, Leslie No.
She goes, Michael, this is my boyfriend, Michael, and this is Leslie. And
Oh, Leslie, based on her location, is at the state courthouse right now. We should go, you know? Like, it's like, it's so Sheena. It's so Sheena.
oh my God. So, anyways, we'll find out about the Valley in probably 6 short months as they're filming. I'm glad that we're getting
Jesse's
a
girlfriend
rest.
is filming too.
Yeah, Jesse's girlfriend is filming. That's going to be exciting because then they can befriend her, and then Jesse Lally will get upset depending on how they treat his girlfriend.
Yeah, and then I'm like curious because it was like, okay, last season was really Michelle and Aaron. Obviously, they've broken up, so now it's like Jesse and his girlfriend, with Michelle kind of being the single one.
Do you think there's any chance in hell that Michelle would ever get back with Jesse?
No, I don't think so. I think they
don't
might
think
have
so.
one crazy night. They could
Ugh.
have one crazy night
With his
I don't
dirty
think-
gray dumpy undies?
Well, he's hopefully gotten rid of those, but maybe
Yeah,
that's what got her in the first place. We don't know her kink.
Yeah.
She might enjoy them. I don't know.
I want you to look at like the Michelin man at your midsection. Yeah. Did you ever get any inside information about why the honey guy and Michelle broke up?
No, I'm not an investigative journalist. Okay, I don't like.
Kiki, we need you. We need you.
I know, where's Kiki? I know, but they both go to my gym. And I've seen them there together. And then I saw Michelle after the fact. And I think was it you that I told somebody that I was like, yeah, I saw her at the grocery store after and she looked sad. And I was like, I don't know why she didn't look sad. She was grocery shopping and not paying attention. Why would I think she looks sad? She doesn't look sad. She's buying groceries. I'm assigning an emotion to her because I'm like, oh, she must always be sad now.
I was at Ralph's on Saturday buying. I had to have looked sad because I didn't know where anything fucking was. I was like just stumbling around for like an hour trying to find honey. It was weird.
Do you go to the Rock and Roll Ralph's or do you go to the
I went to the Rock and Roll Ralph's on Sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. My family came in and they're like, why do they call it the Rock and Roll Ralph's? I'm like, it's literally painted on the windows. I have no rhyme or reason of why they call it the Rock and Roll Ralph's. Maybe because we're like, it's like the city of rock. I don't know. It's just the Rock and Roll Ralph's.
Yeah. When you moved to LA, you're always just like, oh, it's a Rock and Roll Ralph's. And you never question it. You just like start calling it Rock and Roll Ralph's.
It's like painted on the windows, like this big like graffiti billboard. And it's like, the Rock and Roll Ralph's. Yeah. You know exactly where it is. I don't know where it is. Sunset and Fuller maybe, but it's just like, I know the Rock and Roll Ralph's.
And then I guess finally, because you had mentioned this earlier, Schwartz and Sandy's, you were there on closing night. What was the vibe? And was Sandoval there for closing night?
Sandoval was not there. Schwartz was there. It was fine. Like everybody was there. Like I'd never been there before. So that was my first and last time.
Did you stumble in not even realizing it was the last night? You're like, I'm just going to check the place out.
I knew it was because my friend had told me, and I think I had DM'd Schwartz, like, is tonight really the last night or is it one of those like last nights? He's like, no, it's the last night. So I was like, okay, I might like stop by as if he knows who I am. Again, these people don't know. Yeah. Like when I went in there, like, hi, I'm Courtney from Two Judgey Girls, and he was so nice. But like, no, the vibe was like, it was fine. It was busy, but also it was like, it's dark in there. Like you've been there. It's dark. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I think there are people here. I don't know. It looked like a lot of fans that were there, but I'm sad for them that it didn't take off. It's in a terrible location.
It really truly is. Like it's
Yeah.
in like because
Like,
Birds is right there and La Poubelle, but they're on the main drag and they've been there forever. And I love both those places. But then if you didn't know Schwartz and Sandy's, you're not going to just like it's not going to be your neighborhood bar.
yeah, and it's not like it's almost like it's a destination and not somewhere you can stumble into. Like I know you mentioned those restaurants, they're like right there, but you wouldn't be going from like La Poubelle to be like, let's go to Schwartz and Sandy's after, right? And so I
Did
think
you
if
do
you're
Jax's Saloon ever?
no,
That was too that was
that's
a
over the
bridge too
hill.
far.
That's
Yeah.
far. I also just feel I went to the House of Villains premiere that he was on. I got invited to that, and he was there. And I was like, Jax, you've blocked us. He's like, oh, I have. I don't even know how I do it. My wife does it for me. And so I said, oh, okay, well here.
My dumb bitch wife does it.
Yeah, it's very Joe Giudice of you there. But and he's like, well, I'll unblock you if you come to my bar. And I'm like, no. Like, okay, sure. I'm like, I'm not going.
Hey, we're good. Yeah. Have a good night, man. Yeah.
Like, I don't really want the unblock. It was more just like you had asked about my account. And I told you, and then I said you blocked me. And, and he's a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah, you went really. I would always know in your posts, you would go really hard on you got to fire Jax. You got to fire Jax.
I don't request people to be fired often because I think that there are, but I'm like, when it comes to like the things that he was doing, it's like that's scary. Like there is emotional and physical abuse. Like that should just be a straight no. And like Bravo should draw a line in the sand somewhere. Like the fact that he got to participate in the season, he got to do his bullshit rehab. Like I still am, again, parasocially, like worried for Brittany because I think part of the worst thing you can do for a narcissist is like also remove like the things
oxygen,
that they
the attention
unquote,
oxygen.
yes.
Yeah.
So like I worry that I'm like, I hope for her sake that he's doing all these things that he claims to be doing, but he is scary and I don't need like that's not a fun watch for me. Like a fun watch is, watching idiots do dumb shit. Like not being like, oh, let's all skirt around the issue that he threw a coffee table at her. That's crazy.
No.
Like,
and then hint
scary.
at things that we didn't even see that potentially were worse, like throwing her into a rose bush,
Like when that came out, I was like, and all of you guys knew that, and you're trying to make this an okay space for him. Like, I don't care what Brittany's saying. I would be drawing.
Maybe they've all normalized it by hanging out with him so much that, like,
Perhaps.
that's what I still don't necessarily understand because I'm like, wait, we're going this hard on Danny when we got Jax right here that actually. Like I'm not doubting that Danny might like get weird when he drinks, but like there's a whole nother situation that's I think taking precedence here. And you guys are kind of laughing it off to a degree. And then you say you're all really good friends with Brittany. And I'm like, this is so weirdly scary.
I mean, I'd have to assume that they're going off of Brittany's lead. At least that's what I want to think is that Brittany's, when she says, and I know that we're talking about a show that went off the air already, but like what Brittany says, hey, I don't want him to lose his job because that puts money on the table for Cruz. Then they're like, okay, so they're trying to justify it that way. But I'm like, I'd be like, Brittany, I'm not filming with him. I'm worried for you. I would put a restraining order on him. He's scary to me. Like, I don't want him in my space. But again, like you said too, is like, I'm not in these circles. I don't have a blurred line of reality and reality TV where I would not be filming with my ex who also slept with Jax, who also slept with Kristen, who also like the craziness of having to be around these people who have done detrimental things to your life and having to be okay with it is insane.
That's what I was like. This is like these weird golden shackles that I'm like, I hope you're making a lot of money because I don't know if this is worth it to like make your brain mush to like put up with shit that most of us normally would hopefully run from. And it's just, we've normalized it so damn much that I'm really curious to see where it goes from here. And then Sandoval is going to be on House of Villains this next season. Mm-hmm. And Brittany is having to like work double time now because not next week, but the week after, she is going to be in Special Forces on Fox with Teresa and Gia Giudice and Cody Brown from Sister Wives and Jussie Smollett from, Chicago.
I have a question. I saw in the unboxing video that you did that of like, first off, thank you for showing up. Like, you're so nice. But I also saw that you got Christine's book. Have you started it? Are you?
No.
Okay.
In fact, I got it. I have it right here and I was going to start it tonight.
Okay, I need
Yeah.
you to give me like an honest review of what you've started. I think I might listen to it on an audiobook. Like I've been seeing little snippets and clips here and there, and I'm like, that man is also a monster.
Oh, Cody Brown is a monster, but I was telling the audience, I was like, I'm going to watch it just because I'm watching it
I
because
want
I
to watch
want
him
to see him
cry.
fail. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see him fail. And isn't that so weird about society that I'm watching something because I dislike somebody so much that I want to see them fail. That's why I'm watching. It's
Yeah,
weird.
but no, I want to read Christine's book. I love an audiobook of the celebrity or quotes around celebrity, whatever it is, like that they're reading their own memoir because I think that they just read it so differently than like how I would
Oh,
intend to read it.
I
But I
love celebrity. That's the main thing I listen to on audiobooks is celebrity memoirs. And one of the
yeah.
biggest disappointments, one of the first ones I ever listened to was Caitlyn Jenner's. And Caitlyn Jenner did not even read her own book. She was like, yeah, baby, it's me, Caitlyn. Anywho, I'm not going to be reading this at all. So here goes. And like, she just did the intro. And then the rest of the book was just read by like some normal lady.
I was gonna say who read it. Like it's
I
not
so
like
this
Michelle Williams reading it for Britney
It was
Spears.
no, it was Michelle Obama. It was no, it was just like some random like voiceover narration. But I was like, how the fuck do you not read your own audiobook?
Yeah, that's weird. Also, it's
Yeah.
like you're not that like Caitlyn Jenner, you're not that important. So it's wild that you don't read
Go
your own
above and
book.
beyond. Go
Yeah, like
above
if
and beyond if you're Caitlyn Jenner.
yeah, like if you're somebody else, whatever. Like okay, like Shoe Dog, like Phil Knight, the guy who does Nike. He
I
had
love that. I love that book.
yeah, me too. But I listened to the audiobook. He does the same thing. He does an intro, and then who is it? Leo Norberts, is that his name?
Oh,
He
the
reads the
Broadway
book.
guy. Yeah.
Yes, and I don't like his voice.
It is weird. You do like tend to like really, if you listen to enough audiobooks, you start to pick up on, oh, there's a couple of people, they're really big in the audiobook industry.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So thank you, Courtney. I
I'm
won't
sorry. I'm like,
ask
I
you
could
for,
talk to you forever.
I know, I won't ask you for another 2 years, even though
You can
like
ask me, Ryan.
no, this has been a blast. I knew this would be so easy, and I did ask her last minute, and she said yes this time.
He asked
And
me yesterday, you guys.
I know,
okay,
it's
and I
crazy.
said what
I know.
time I'm available.
I also want to point out, you're probably not watching this and listening to this instead, but I'm wearing a Two Judgey Girls hat, which they sent me because they were so nice that I co-hosted. Can other people buy Two Judgey Girls hats?
Oh, great question, Ryan. Not yet. Not yet. We're doing a full. I got to tell you guys, now that Mary will be back, we've got a lot of things coming up, including better merch, other ideas that we're going to have. Did you like the candy? I
I
think the
did.
candy was
I
my
have
favorite part.
the candy's right over there on my other nightstand.
Did you see
but
the back of it?
yeah, there's like a whole like they
Okay.
printed all the guys. She did like
customized
Sour
these
Patch
Sour-
Kids, and
Yes,
it says
but-
Two Judgey Girl. It's so awesome.
And it says like first we're judgy, then we're sweet. But I was like, sometimes I get into my own head and I start going too far with things, and I'm like, I'm gonna put this on, I'm gonna do, and I thought it was like just really funny, and I was like, Ronnie was like, I didn't even know it was customized. I ate the entire thing, and I was like, and then he looked at, and he's like, and then I looked at the wrapper and was like, oh my god, that's so cute, and I was like.
Ronnie's like, as I was eating the wrapper, I realized what was.
But I was like, I think that was good because the thing that we wanted to make sure you knew was Sour Patch Kids, and he was like, I knew right away, like he knew right away. So I was like, okay, thank you, I'm so glad.
No, I've been on a health journey, so I haven't been able to eat them. But I'm like, I also have like a little museum, so I'm just going to keep them in my museum. So
No, keep them in your museum. You don't need to eat them. I think that it was just more of a thank you. I find it's very nice when people spend their time. Like I owe you. So you owe me nothing, but like I owe you for all the times that you've asked me, and I've literally been traveling, and how long? It's literally been years since I've been on this.
yeah, it's been years. Yeah,
Like
Well,
years, which is rude.
so the hat
part.
you can't purchase yet, but I just
No.
wanted to say to the audience,
Oh.
I will sell this to you for $300. I'll have Courtney sign it. This will be the hat that I actually wore during. If you enjoyed this podcast, I'm willing to sell this to you.
I think if I sign it, it will depreciate. So no signing. I think it's more the fact that it's been on your head will double the value.
Oh, I'm gonna get married. Well, maybe I'll just get Mary to sign it. I think people would love that.
Yeah, maybe Mary's my ad because hasn't really been around for the past month or so. So she's, it's tougher to get her. Me, it's like everyone's like, we've seen you. We're sick of you. I'm like,
Well, I am not sick of you, and we are not sick of you over here. So I told Courtney, I was, God, I wish we could just like do a spin-off podcast at some point. Thank you.
Call
You
me,
are the
talk
best.
to my people.
You
We'll
are,
do that.
yeah. I mean, seriously, you are the best. You guys, two Judgey girls. I know you probably listen already, but if you don't, go listen and go rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I know that's a crazy thing to ask because you're like, oh, they're already hugely popular and successful, but it always helps. It always helps. So go do that.
That's so
and
nice.
and that's it. And hopefully we'll talk to you again soon, Courtney.
I can't wait. Open invitation for me whenever. I'm just going to pop onto this stream and be like, hey, who are you talking to?
Hell
Gonna
yes.
pop on?
Anytime. Anytime.
Thank you for having me. I had such a blast. I'm like, oh my
Okay.
God, I'm parched now.
Okay. But that's how we like to leave people. Bye.